Welcome everyone. This is EBM, and today we have a special guest today on the EBM Scholars. We are talking to one among the DV lottery winners. We know we are waiting for the results and the people are excited, so the better way is to bring someone here to share the experience as the DV lottery winner. Welcome, Christopher.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, first of all, introduce yourself.
I'm Christopher Masami, DV lottery winner of 1918, I think.
2018, yeah.
2018. I have been here for some times now, so I want to share something with you guys about green card, and it is the season now.
Yes, the results are coming out this Saturday, which is May 8th. I know people are excited. How excited were you when you find out you were the DV lottery winner?
It was a very excited moment, and it was very wonderful moment because I did not expect, and the news was coming during the night. For example, due to the hour difference between the U.S. and Tanzania, so I was asleep by then. And once I got the news, it was very shock and happiness. It was such a good moment ever once I got the news of winning a green card lottery.
Yes. There are so many people who are still not believing that the green card lottery is real or you can win, and you are one among the winners. Can you try to convince or tell people about yes, it is real, and yes, you can apply, you cannot win, and you can win sometimes, as you as example?
This thing is real, and there is both possibility of winning and losing, but losing does not mean you disqualify to reapply. So what I can say is something is real, so it is opportunity, so you can reapply, you can and you can win or lose, so anything can happen. So there is nothing scam on this, so I encourage people to apply because anything can happen. So once you apply and you win, you can it is real, and it is real, and you're gonna have other step ahead after winning. So there is no need of scared or hesitating of doing things of applying or applying this green card lottery, because it is real and it is there for you. So there is no need of not to participate in this.
The good thing about you, before you won the DV lottery, you have been in America before as a Fulbright scholar for almost 1 year.
1 year.
So my question, I cannot ask you what was your first time as a green card lottery in America, but I can say what was your experience of cultural difference between Africa and Tanzania in particular, and in America, either at the time of the experience as just a scholar, or now as a Fulbright scholar, or now as a green card winner, because now you don't have restrictions like while you are a scholar. What is the major maybe cultural difference or like excitement, like okay, there is a possibility of having a good life in America?
There is being a Fulbright scholar and a green card lottery winner or green card holder there is a huge difference in terms of restriction in working. So being a Fulbright scholar, there is a lot of restriction. You have like 20 hours of working, but being a green card winner, which means green card lottery or green card holder, means like you can work as long as you want. There is no restriction of hours of working or how many jobs you're gonna work. So there is a big difference in working permit and of course in being both. But in another perspective, being in the U.S. and Africa or in Tanzania in particular, there is a lot of cultural difference because in the U.S. it is like a lonely country. People are stay indoor than outdoor, and in Tanzania or in African week, you can go anywhere. You can visiting people and welcome visitor or what is, and you can go
just showing up to
someone's home without even notification, invitation or whatever. But here is a little bit different culture, food, and so many things are completely different. So I got an opportunity of being a Fulbright scholar. So where I met even people from other countries like 20 or 80s or 100. So I learned different cultures, different people. I meet different people. So it was not a big deal for me to come as a green card holder or winner in the second time, because I have been here for 1 month, well, for 1 year, 10 months. So I was aware of what is going on, how things are doing in the state and whatever.
When you are talking about the food, there is a little bit different. I mean, I don't know whether there's a little or a lot, but what type of American food up to now you don't like at all? For me, I have a lot.
There are a lot, because, for example, something like salad is like
the grass.
The grasses. I can't eat those because
you're not a goat.
Yeah, it's like because once I tasted it, sometimes it's like we used to eat greens, but they cook the greens. But here they do not cook the greens. It's like grasses, typical, like you are eating like spinach without cooking, something like that. I can't do that. And maybe pizza. There is something which in African looks, the food here, for example, burger or whatever, they look like big deal in African, but to me it's not big deal. So I don't know, because sometimes I don't prefer to take those stuff. So I prefer to eat common food or African food.
Okay.
Because
when you started the life here, one of the things after winning is to find a host.
Mm-hmm.
And it happens that I'm your host.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
What is the relationship between you and I?
The relationship between you and I is blood relationship. He is my uncle, so and we grew up together, so we have a lot in common. So, but basically he is my bloody uncle. So
yes.
that
makes easier for
me to have host here. But
yes.
The most important thing is to have host, whether it's blood related or non-blood related. So when you have host, it reduces some cost of living, and as you come here as a stranger, you know nothing, you know nobody. So when you're having host, means you can have a place to stay and to have a process to have a card and whatever during this in you.
Another question which I wanted to ask you as a DV lottery winner is, how long did it take after arriving in America to get your actual green card, the actual card?
It take like I think one month. It depends on, there is a payment of $220. Yeah. When you pay I think the earlier the better. When you pay early, it facilitates to get the green card, the actual green card in early time. So you may pay such 220 before even coming in the U.S., which will facilitate them to process your card before arriving here. So when you get here, you can in a few days or like 1 month.
Yeah,
1 month.
3 to 4 weeks.
Yeah, you can have such a green card.
One of the things you mentioned about the green card holder or permanent resident, you can work many jobs you want, many hours you want. Let us start about looking for a job. Is it easier for a green card, if you have green card, to find a job here? And to get a job?
You can find a job here. It is easier because it depends on what type of job do you want. If it's general labor, it is much easier than other kind of job because they need experience and whatever. But there is two ways of looking a job. You can use employment agencies, or you can apply by your own. So using employment agents is much easier than starting your own. So you can choose either of the two.
Because the good thing about agents, they have to give you the job so that they can get money on your head. Yeah. So they will guarantee to get you a job.
Yeah. So you can starting with employment agencies for sometimes or for the any moment when you arrive here. Then you can think on other opportunity.
Okay, so on looking for jobs, let me give example. You said someone, if you're looking for general labor, you have a degree in law, you have a degree in education, you have 2 degrees. But if someone, let's say, is a lawyer, or someone is already branch manager for the bank, or someone is already, let's say, is an engineer, will the person come here with a degree as engineer, or a lawyer, or a CPA, and next day become a CPA in America?
Being a CPA in America is a little bit difficult because the tax system in Tanzania and America is completely different. So you need to learn the issue of tax system, accounting, and so forth. But I think in job we are looking 2 things. We are looking money and experience. So when you want to get a job, is either you get experience or money. That is important. So when you come here with your other professional, you have to work, because you cannot stay for a while you are looking a job, or you are looking for your professional, because there is a certification here and so forth, a lot of stuff. So you can starting with general labor while you are trying to go where you want to go first. So it is difficult because coming a lawyer, what they call international lawyer, and come from maybe Africa or Asia and come here and they want to practice law, because the procedures are different and so forth. So you have to take some time to learn or to get a certain certification, so that you can be comply with the other procedures and different in state. But you can do that because their system is open to anyone. So if you want to go there, you can go there. There is a lot of ways to get what you want to get.
Another question is, depending on the state, especially if you're in New York, for instance, there is a very good transportation system, public transportation. Majority of the states, they don't have good system. Like, you have to go to the bus, it will take 2 hours to go a distance, which you can go with a car for 15-20 minutes. Purchasing a vehicle in Tanzania, for your case, or in Africa, and purchasing the used vehicle, basic one, here in America, which one was easier for you because you own the vehicle in both areas?
Here is in a state is where is the source of vehicle. Here is where the vehicle comes from. We don't have much factory or industry which produce the vehicle in Africa or in Tanzania. So buying a vehicle in Africa is a little bit difficult than buying a vehicle here, because we don't have many vehicle industry in Africa. So you have to import from somewhere. So you buy there, for example, a certain amount of money. So you include the insurance for transportation. You include the transport fee. Then there is a tax. There is a lot of tax. So you have to pay tax in Africa, and which is a little bit complicated. There is a lot of charge. So it's like the tax in Africa is almost the same of the buying price of the vehicle in maybe in Japan or UK. So you may go to like it is a little bit huge compared to here. Here you can buy
and because you don't transport the car to another country, just buy and start using. Also, there is a financing system, so you can take a brand new vehicle and paying a little, which is not easy to in Africa unless you buy a lot of cars. Maybe you go in Japan and buy maybe 30 cars, so they can give maybe 1 or 2 cars for on credit. But here there is a credit, so you can buy on a credit and whatever, and there are a lot of used cars, so it depends on your purpose and whatever. It is easy here than there. And it is speaking of the vehicle, the cars, here is not, in my opinion, which I want to ask you. In Africa, sometimes the brand of the car is going to matter a lot. I'm driving this kind of SUV, I'm driving this one. It's a prestige certain type of car. But here, because you are going to work to get money and pay bills and other things, do you think people value about especially majority of people, not like rich people, I'm talking the majority of people, do they value like I'm driving this Honda Civic or whatever? Is it a big deal here?
It is not a big deal because the majority, because buying a car sometimes it depends on a purpose of buying a car. What is the purpose? The purpose of buying a car, it may differ from one person to another. For example, I was buying a car so that I can move from one place to another, going to work and returning home, to get to the work on time and getting home on time. So that was my purpose. So what I want is the car is good enough to get me there. That was the big deal. But I think for those who have a precaution money or want to buy a car for prestigious, but majority of them, they don't care about it. They care if the ride is good for moving here and there. That is matter. That is much important here, because.
Okay, I have another question, and this question is, some people when they come here, they want to figure out, if I'm the DV lottery winner, but I don't want to live for the rest of my life in America, I want to invest in Africa. You have that experience. For working hard, is it possible I can get enough money to start my business or like farming or something and build something in Africa or in my country? Or I'm coming from Philippines, or I'm coming from Nepal, I can build something in my country. I come here, I work for maybe 10 months, or I just send the money there. Is it possible? Or once you come here, you have to abandon everything you have in your country?
It is possible to transfer the capital from here to there because of international finance, because of currency exchange, because of the power of the currency. So you can get such advantage when you earn here. It is easier to transfer from US to your country and doing something there, or invest or doing business there. So you can get your capital in an easy way without him taking a loan, maybe, because having a business, because we say cash flow is the stomach of the business. So it is easier to establish business from your home country, from the source of money from US. So it is easy. You can come here. And working hard for sometimes, or working 2 to 3 jobs for sometimes, in order to get capital to establish a business at your home country. It is very easy, if you have those plans.
Yes. I ask that way because I don't want people to come here to think that if I go to America, I must just do everything in America. You have the option also, like doing things on your own country.
But it needs someone from your hosting country, and someone should be trustful and well understanding of the situation, because it happens you can send money and people, they consume the money without, and
you just go there and say, oh, we have this.
I built a house over there. When you go, where's my house? He showed nothing.
What is the swimming pool? It's just
he showed nothing, and this happened. But nowadays is like there is a lot of communication, WhatsApp, Telegrams group, photo and whatever, is compared to those times. Yeah. But sometimes he can take a snap of, maybe you build a school over there. He can take a public school and, hey, this is what I'm doing there, building for you, and something like that. So it needs someone who is trustful.
In the similar line, some people think that if you get a green card, you are the winner of the DV lottery, or you get a green card for any other means. Some people, they think, oh, you are now American citizen.
No.
Is a green card holder is the same as being American citizen?
He's not. There is difference between a green card holder and an American citizen. You can be an American citizen for certain time. I think 5 years.
After 5 years,
you can, if you want to, but if you don't, you can. So there are in working, the difference in between both in working is a little bit is not huge. For example, Americans green card holder are not required to work in many jobs from federal jobs, but in a state job you can work. For example, even in the police there is
you can work at the police.
You can work at the police as a court, as a clerk, whatever. There are a lot of paralegal, whatever. There is a lot of job you can work as a green card holder in state and in federal.
Majority of the federal, you have to be a citizen.
You have to be a citizen. So that is the difference in terms of working. But yeah, so I think it is not a huge difference, but that is.
Yeah, so you have the option if you want to become a citizen or you don't.
Or you don't. Yeah. So
it's not going. Oh, whatever. Depends. What do you want? What do you want that citizenship for?
Yeah.
Just like you were saying, like, what is the overall purpose? Like, is it a mass? There are some countries that have dual citizenship. You can do. What are you gaining? What are you going to lose? You have to think all those kind of things. Yeah.
Sometimes you can think if you have dual citizenship in your country or not. So if you take the citizenship here, it affects your home country, and if you have maybe investment and whatever in your home country, so it depends. What you're gonna lose, what you're gonna win. So it needs sometimes to consider other factors, socio-economic and whatever.
If someone has either is the DV 2021 winner or is going to be the winner for DV 2022, and he has maybe 3 hosts. One is in California, another one is maybe, let's say, in Ohio, another one maybe is in New York. Where would you advise a person to go and why?
I think Ohio. I think Ohio, because California and New York is the cost of living in California and New York much higher compared to Ohio. So it depends, because you come in a state to spend or to do what. If you come to state, because the basic needs are almost the same. You can find maybe hospitals, maybe and other basic need.
Same Walmart,
same Target, whatever you stay in state. So the issue is what we hear from there. We hear New York, we hear California, so
Chicago.
So if you come here to see maybe movie stars or actors and whatever,
you'll never see them first of all.
Or you get is a prestigious state. Where I'm living in California, so what? So
I remember when I lived in California. So I live in California. We have beach, you have everything, but do you afford even to go to the beach? You have to go to work to survive. Yeah. So you have the beach, but you cannot go there. You have Disney, you cannot go to Disney because just to get in is over $200. Why should I spend the money?
So I think I should consider the cost of living, how we're going to pay rent, how much is the rent, how much is the other available basic needs. So you can go in a state where you can have affordable state. I think that is much better than staying in a high expensive state.
If I may ask, maybe let's say the last question, do you have any regret for being a green card holder and being in America?
Till now, no, and I'm not sure. I think it will be. No, I don't have it, because it is opportunity of learning and seeing and acquire new things, trying to sharpen, to brighten mindset and whatever. So moving here from there is you get a lot of stuff, knowledge, and you see other opportunities. So it is not easy to regret. It depends maybe on a person. To me, I don't have regret now.
Do you have any question for me before we end the interview?
No, maybe I can thank you for what you are doing, and I appreciate, because you help a lot of people, and people, they should consider and think this is a platform, this is the way, because we is a platform where you can get correct information. You know, there is a misinformation about the Western, about Europe and America, which make a lot of people to go crazy. So this is the only one and only platform where you can learn and acquire more. So try to subscribe to EBM Scholars.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate. And another time we'll ask you to come back to give some updates on something to other people. Thank you so much.
Okay.